Hello all and welcome to All Red. It's all Liverpool all the time. It's all red. Okay, we are into the Carabao Cup Final and I am so excited to see how Liverpool 2.0 function and perform in a cup final. And hopefully we get to see that a few more times this season. We're up against Chelsea. We know from recent years it could be an interesting game. I hope we can score some goals. I hope somebody can score some goals. Don't go into that 0-0 to PKs. Come on. But I'm so excited to see this team perform in a final, and here's why. I think that Klopp has intentionally brought in players this season to mitigate some of their performances in finals, like 2 Champions League finals where we couldn't pull out a victory, even a Europa League final from years and years ago under Klopp where we couldn't pull out a victory, and even the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup from 2 seasons ago where they were dodgy. We could have easily lost those games and maybe should have lost one of them. But I think Klopp has recognized that and gone out and not just found players that are good, but I think found players that have the mentality to be absolutely rock solid in high pressure, high intensity games. I think the first and maybe the most obvious one is Alexis McAllister. What did Alexis McAllister do last year? He won the World Cup. And I think Klopp was actually looking at him before the World Cup happened, I think, obviously. But you think about what Alexis McAllister was able to do in the World Cup, to perform in such high-intensity games for his country and perform very well, and even in the World Cup final perform excellently. And just to have someone like that who's anchoring your midfield now, as the number 6, he is everywhere on the field. I think he's only getting better. Every single game, it seems like he's just more intense and is reading the game even better. But I am excited to see how he performs in the Carabao Cup Final because I think he's just dynamic, and it doesn't matter what the situation is. We're down 1-0, we're up 4-0. He's there, he's consistent. He can tackle, and he is the outlet to so many good things on the attack. Next up, I think we have to talk about Dominic Szoboszlai, and hopefully he'll be back. I think he will be, and kind of back into full form. But obviously didn't win a World Cup final with his country, but he has had so many moments over the past couple years where he has been facing elimination, I think with his country, Hungary, facing elimination, and he comes up clutch almost every time. And again, mentality monster, confidence through the roof, power, poise, and I'm excited to see what he can do alongside McAllister in that midfield when the pressure is on. I think with Szoboszlai, we've seen a little dip. He was immense to start the season. He came in firing on all cylinders, and now I think there's just been a little bit of regression. I think some of that could have been fatigue. He was playing a lot. He was playing almost in every game. But now he's had some rest. Hopefully he can come back and be at that top level again. I think he just has a wonderful mentality on the pitch. It just seems like he is so confident. Nothing can irk him, and he is one of my favorite players. He is fun to watch. And then, of course, we have to talk about Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez. Now, he's obviously not as new as McAllister or Szoboszlai, but Darwin Núñez just doesn't care. He just doesn't care. It doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter if he's missed 2 or 3 absolute sitters. he is still going to be Darwin Núñez. He is still going to be chaos embodied. And I cannot wait to see what he does in the Carabao Cup Final, because I think he is just an absolute menace. And what is his energy going to be like in the final, where he knows that this is the end of the competition? He can go all out. And I hope he's controlled enough to put in a couple, because I think he's capable of it. That's the thing with Darwin Núñez. It doesn't really matter what the situation is. You could be down to 10 men, like they were against Newcastle. You could be kind of backs up against the wall, kind of like we were against Bournemouth recently. They played better than us in the first half. They could have scored. And then Darwin Núñez just comes in, and it's like, where did that come from? Against the run of play. He can score from anywhere at any time, and I think that is just an incredible trait to have in a single game final where you have to score to win. So Darwin Núñez, I think, is going to be really fun to watch in the Carabao Cup Final, and hopefully the FA Cup Final and the Europa League Final. Who else? But we have to talk about, I think, Lucho Diaz. He's got an incredible engine. He's almost like, man, you're intense all the time. I would hate to defend against him, because he's never like walking around. He is just so intense, has such a passion to get to goal. And I think the Lucho, Darwin, and eventually, hopefully, Salah combination is an incredible front three. And then you bring in Gakpo behind that as a sub or as a starter, and I think, Gakpo in big games this season, he has delivered. A little dip in performance maybe recently, but he is one who can score at any time. And of course, okay, finally, my last key to why I think Liverpool will win the Carabao Cup. It has to be Diogo Jota. It has to be. Jota is magic. Jota is incredible. He is, every time he touches the ball, I'm like, you could go score. Like, what's he gonna do? Like, there's this piece about him where you just kind of know he's gonna make the right decision, and a decision that you don't really expect. But after he does it, it's like, that was so good. Jota is so dangerous. Oh man, he is just such a pure scorer. If Darwin Núñez is chaos, Jota is poise and control, and the balance of those two is just incredible to watch. Jota, whether he starts, whether he comes off the bench, he's going to play in the Carabao Cup Final. You know this. There are just so many attacking options. Oh, it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. I do think it'll be Kelleher's game. Koeman Kelleher. And, you have to know that he's been in a few finals over the past few years, and you got to give him the nod. Behind that back four, hopefully Trent will be back by that point. I'm not sure if Robertson will be up to full speed. It's about a month away. But, it doesn't seem like it matters who Klopp puts into that back four. They are rock solid. They are a wall. So I've basically just named the whole team, which is why I think Liverpool will win the Carabao Cup Final. I do want some goals. I don't want to go into spot kicks 0-0 again. Come on, boys. So that's what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to have mentality monsters in the Carabao Cup Final. I'm excited to see it. I'm glad it's a little bit earlier in the season than, in April or May, because we get to see that earlier on in the season, and maybe a little bit of a preview for some other finals that we have the potential to reach. So that's my spiel for today. Please do like, subscribe, and tell me what I got wrong. I'm sure there's so many things that I just botched. So comment below. Tell me what I got wrong. I'll try to fix it. I'll try to be better. and join the community. We'd love to have you. So subscribe and join the All Red channel.